Okay, the recorder's on now, so you can go ahead and just basically tell me what happened.
Oh, okay. Well, on the excavation there, it had, you know, for the Ark of the Covenant. Primarily, I was interested in just the Ark of the Covenant.
Yes.
And as I did the excavation down the cliff face, we ran into cutouts and we ran into crossholes in the bottom of this ancient quarry that showed that this was a crucifixion and execution spot. The Romans crucified people there, of course. The Jews, because of some of their special arrangements with the Romans, they basically stoned people there, and Stephen is one of the examples of what took place there.
Yes.
And so anyway, once we found that place, I knew that well, basically that I needed to get inside that escarpment, because there was several indications that it was just a system of tunnels and chambers, and that I needed to basically just go chamber by chamber, tunnel by tunnel, and whatever, and systematically go through there to see, you know, until I found the Ark of the Covenant, or until I didn't find it, one or the other. And so, anyway, we found it on January 6, 1982, at approximately 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. And so, when I found it, it was in a situation that, well, I had not anticipated or expected. That was, it was in a chamber that was totally filled with what appeared to be debris.
Right.
And what turned out to be basically
chapter quest.
A bunch of materials, furnishings of the first temple, covered first by animal skins, and then that covered by boards, and then these covered by stone, just whatever they could get their hands on looked like. Looked like it had been done in a hurry. It looked like they just grabbed everything, whatever they could get to fill this place. And I'm still a little fuzzy on why that would be done, but I don't think that, you know, to know everything about when God does something, I do know it's done just perfectly so. But on the occasion of my fourth visit in to the area, I was going to make another attempt at getting some video footage.
Get some what?
I was going to make an attempt at getting some video footage.
Oh, okay.
And to that time, I had not had any success with any kind of reproduction. That attempt that I made, I included Polaroid cameras, 35 millimeter cameras, and VHS camera video system. So anyway, I went into the chamber, and lowered myself in there, and of course the thing that became apparent immediately was that the place was totally clean.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody had done what I had decided that I was going to have to do, and that was to clean all the debris and everything out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I guess I should say a couple words here. The Ark of the Covenant was not covered in all this debris like everything else was. It was in a separate container.
Uh-huh.
A thin wall of stone box. And this extended from the floor, which I didn't know at the time, the dimensions or whatever. But anyway, the box extended up to within approximately 3 inches of the ceiling.
Was it sitting on top of something else?
Well, the fact of the matter was, Bill, that I never did get in there and measure everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really don't know.
Okay.
Looking back on it, I would have had to have been there when the cleanup took place in order to know all of that, and I simply was not there. And but anyway, the Ark of the Covenant, the mercy seat, was set in a manner under the crack that came down, extended down from the crucifixion side above, so that the blood went on the top of the mercy seat.
Right.
Right. And then, anyway, when it was all cleaned up, situated and positioned, it was still appeared to be in that very same position, even though it was no longer in the box.
Mm-hmm.
And there's several things rather remarkable about what had happened there. The place was cleaned up. The Ark of the Covenant was sitting against the wall at the east end of the cave, and the cave is not perfectly oriented east, west, north, or south.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just on the eastern end, basically,
Okay.
of that. And behind this crystalline wall that emits the colors of the rainbow.
This is the wall behind the Ark.
That's correct.
Okay.
The vertical wall.
Now, the Ark was facing you if you were standing looking at it. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
At that point in time. And so I got a phone call on this that I'll share, which is kind of unusual. It's one of the things that made me decide to say something about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, I got a phone call from this fellow, and he says, Ron, he says, would you describe what the Ark of the Covenant looked like? It looks like to me. And I said, well, I don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have I just haven't done that. And so anyway, I said, why do you ask? And he seemed a little distressed with the whole thing, And
Mm-hmm.
he said, well, I had a dream.